What's up, guys? Gerber here. Couple of quick pieces of news. God of War's release date has been leaked by none other than Sony themselves, it seems like. So, Sony's PlayStation Network store got updated with the God of War listing being March 2018. Whether or not this is true, I don't know. It's been changed back to what it was, which was December 31st, 2018, which is just a placeholder date. There are a ton of games that have that date right now, and that just means that it's expected sometime next year, but that we don't really know when the release date is yet. It hasn't been announced. We thought God of War was that way too, but this listing kind of seems sort of credible because it's coming directly from Sony. It's not some random Chinese website. It's not Target in Lithuania. Normally, that's where these kind of leaks come from. Is from some foreign country that it's just a simple mistake. I've even seen some US retailers do this stuff, but to see Sony themselves doing it is something new, and I'm hoping that it's true. I'm ready to experience the God of War franchise. I own God of War 3, but I haven't gotten into it, so I'm ready to see what all the hype is about. I have a ton of PlayStation 4s in my house, so I'm really looking for an exclusive game because after playing, Horizon Zero Dawn and some of the other exclusives that have recently came out, I'm looking forward to games like Days Gone, like God of War coming out and being those next big exclusives that really sell me on the Sony brand, because this kind of leads me into my next piece of news. I've been considering buying an Xbox One X. Now, I feel crazy saying that. I feel crazy saying that for a bunch of reasons. Like I said, I've got three perfectly good PS4 variants. I've got an original PS4, I've got a slim PS4, and I've got a PS4 Pro. I've got the PSVR. I've got a gaming PC. It's got a GTX 1060 in it. Perfectly good for 1080p, 60 FPS gaming. I've been considering getting an Xbox One X. And I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to Solid Rev. He's a great YouTuber. You need to go check out his channel. His name's Solid Rev. He has posted this saga of his internal struggle of these videos that he's made where he went out, he bought an Xbox One X. Then he took it back and he bought a GTX 1080. Then he took that back because the fan was buzzing, so now he got an Xbox One X again. I've kind of been in the same spot. The PS4 Pro was good, but after seeing the comparisons between Shadow of War on the PS4 Pro and Shadow of War on the Xbox One X, it seems like the closest thing that a console can get as far as gaming to the PC is the Xbox One X. It seems like maybe that's where the sweet spot is. Well, that's what I thought. That's what it seems like Solid Rev thought. That's why he doubled down and got the Xbox One X. And plus, I like the Xbox experience. I've had the original Xbox 360. I had an Xbox One for a while. Then I beat Halo 5, and I ended up selling my Xbox One X and getting the PS4 Pro. But anyways, he seemed excited in his last Xbox One X video. And then he just released a video today about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds being 30 FPS on the Xbox One X locked for parity's sake. Not parity for the PC version, not parity for the eventual release of the PlayStation version. No, parity for the OG Xbox One. Why should people who paid $500 have to worry about it being fair to the original Xbox players out there? I've heard people say, oh, well, why don't you just put all of the Xbox One X gamers in one lobby and all of the Xbox One gamers in a lobby? That could work, but the game sizes are going to be tremendously cut down. The player base is going to be tremendously cut down. And let's face it, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, if you know it, it's a 100 player game. You get 100 people in a lobby, you drop them out of a plane onto an island, and the last man standing wins the game. That's the game. And let's just face it, there's not that many Xbox One X's out there for something like that to happen. So he made a video, and I feel his frustration. And I needed to make a video myself about it. So if I'm going to buy the Xbox One X, instead of buying a GTX 1080 or a 1080 Ti, I need to be getting 4K 60 FPS because I can get that with the 1080 if I turn some settings down, and I can get that damn near every game in the with the 1080 Ti if I maybe turn shadows down to like high or medium. Everything else on ultra. I could get that with the 1080 Ti. Now, 1080 Ti costs like $750 on a good day. A 1080 costs like $500 on a good day. These are not cheap propositions, but I could get the 1080 for the same price as the Xbox One X, and I already have a PC that I could just drop this card into. So now I'm having a dilemma myself. I'm having a solid rev style dilemma where I'm thinking about going out and buying a GTX 1080 Ti. That's a hard proposition to convince my fiance of. That's a hard proposition to convince myself of, because that's kind of a selfish purchase. You know, I got kids, it's the holidays. It's not a smart move for a guy in my position. But the Xbox One X seemed a little bit easier to wrap my head around, because you're buying into a platform with that. With PC, it's kind of the Wild West a little bit. So I'm kind of leaning more towards the PC at this point, though, after seeing this news, because if there are already games that sacrifices are being made with this premium machine that removes barriers, according to Phil Spencer and the Xbox team, and is a premium experience that you pay a premium price for, just like they said, if they're already making compromises based on old hardware and old tech, it doesn't bode well for the future, in my opinion, of the Xbox One X. It really doesn't. This could have been the console that bridges the gap between PC gamers and console gamers, where you could get the console experience with PC level hardware. And it could still be that. The Xbox One X is every bit as capable, if not more, than the GTX 1060 that I have. But I'm not trying to play at 4K 30 FPS, because I can already do that on the 1060. I want to play at 4K 60 FPS. I don't need ultra settings, but hey, high is good, medium to high settings. Give me options. Give me graphical options. Just like Rev said in his last video, give me an FOV slider. Give me something that is more like the PC, because that's what you really were going for. Whether you realize it or not, Microsoft, that's what you were going for when you did the Xbox One X. You leapfrogged over the PlayStation 4 Pro. That wasn't even close. you blew that out of the water. The PlayStation 4 Pro is like something like, I don't know, like 30 or 40% slower than the Xbox One X. It blows that out of the water. You were aiming for the PC, whether intentional or not. That's what you're aiming for with an Xbox One X, is you're trying to get PC level stuff for $500. Make it happen, Microsoft, or back off this whole most powerful console in the world thing, because PC gamers are looking at you and they're just laughing at this point, because if you're not able to run Battlegrounds with your most powerful console at 60 FPS, then I don't know what you're doing. Sure, Battlegrounds is an unoptimized piece of shit. We know this. It looks like Half-Life 2. It looks like a 360 game even. It is not a pretty game. But you paid all this money, and I'm sure you offered development help, talent, and advice to PlayerUnknown for this game, because you've got the timed exclusivity. You had them at E3, for God's sake. You had them at E3. 4K 60 FPS should have been your target. And if you don't meet that, Microsoft, you're going to lose some people. You're going to lose some people just like me. And believe me, I am ready to pull the trigger on an Xbox One X, but I'm also ready to pull the trigger on a new GPU. What it's going to be depends completely on Microsoft. In the comments, let me know if you've had the same kind of crisis as to where you want to go with your gaming, or if you're interested in getting 4K 60 FPS, because trust me, it's nice. It's very nice. Once you get it, it's nice. It's hard to go back. And if you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe. And make sure you go and check out Solid Rev's channel also. Subscribe to him. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. He keeps it 100% real. Once again, this is Gerber signing out.